right. Good morning, and thank you everyone for spending your morning with us. For the purpose of today's presentation, you will be the Board of Directors and Alumni Committee of Project Central. Today we'll be presenting our Make a Difference project, Center Speakers Bureau. So join us in taking a ride, traveling this roadmap to leadership.
So before the Make a Difference group introduces themselves, I wanted to let you know what makes us truly unique and special. Each of us brings something different to the table. We come from a variety of backgrounds, and that diversity gives us a unique ability to look at leadership from a different angle. Leadership isn't limited to one path. It thrives in different sectors, and together it can create a real lasting impression. So with that, let me turn over to the team and let you hear a little bit more about us and our perspectives. My name is Teresa Bailey. I work at Eastern Arizona College, which is in Graham County. I also sit on my local seat on the town council as vice mayor.
I'm Natalie Olson. I'm an assistant in extension, and I lead the 4-H program in Yavapai County, and I work out of the Prescott office.
And I'm Vincent Mariscal. I'm the Assistant Public Works Director for the City of Globe in Gila County.
I'm Elaine Cruz. I am the Manager of Strategic Engagement under Public Affairs of the Saddle River Project in Maricopa County, and I live in Chandler, Arizona.
So today we're going to talk about our project description. We're going to show you the research that informed our project. We'll list our project objectives so that'll be very clear. We're going to talk about how our project strategically ties in to Project Central's strategic roadmap, as well as how it ties into the overall plan for cooperative extension. We're also going to talk about our implementation plan, also known as our action plan. We will list out our budget, so it's also very clear and concise, and then we'll discuss sustainability for our project.
We propose to pilot the establishment of an alumni-based Central Speakers Bureau to promote Project Central throughout established community-based leadership programs throughout the state, to introduce also the corporate extension and its relationship to Project Central, and also to foster additional alumni engagement. And then we propose to do this by forming a committee, also alumni committee, who would be in charge of reaching out to the organizations and recruiting the alumni and handling the coordination of those presentations.
So before jumping into the project, we wanted to understand a few things. Do leadership programs actually make a difference, and is it worth the return on investment and resources, time and resources? So we started digging into the research on return on investment, and spoiler alert, it was positive. These programs build confidence, they create strong networks, and they help participants step into leadership roles in their communities and their careers. These kind of impacts with people stay with them long after the program ends, and we didn't want to stop at articles and data. We wanted to hear from people on the ground, and you'll see that in the next few slides. So we knew going into this that leadership programs could make a huge impact, but we wanted to understand what it really looks like here in Arizona. One of the first things we did is we took an inventory of leadership programs throughout the state and what counties had leadership programs in them. We wanted a clearer picture of what's happening on the ground, where they're thriving, where there were gaps, and where our alumni could potentially plug in and support those efforts. What we found were some amazing programs out there, but not every community had the same access and visibility. That's part of why this Speakers Bureau will be very important, and it can help build those connections and make sure leadership opportunities are more spread throughout the state. Next slide. So let's talk about why leadership programs matter. The return on investment isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about understanding and what's building people up. When someone goes through a leadership program, they don't just come out with a certificate. They come out with gaining communication skills, collaboration, and building confidence. But most importantly, they are going back to their communities and they're ready to lead and serve and make things happen. And that's where the real return is. That's what we're hoping that the Speakers Bureau will help fuel. Next slide. So to back that up, We went straight to the source. We went to folks that at local chambers of commerce and leadership initiatives. These are the people that see every day how these programs shape their communities. We talked to Julie Brooks from Wickenburg, Vance Bryce from Graham County, and Terry Kimball from Chandler. Their message was clear. Leadership programs create ripple effects. Graduates are stepping into local boards, starting initiatives, and becoming change agents. And hearing directly from them validated our belief that this work matters, and now it's time to amplify that. And when we were interviewing them, we came across some really fun facts that I was going to let
Yeah, I interviewed
Natalie
Julie
talk about.
Brooks with the Wickenburg Chamber of Commerce, and she heads up the Wickenburg Leadership Institute. And I found out that she was actually a member of Class 1 of Project Central. She didn't get to finish the program, but she did take away invaluable information that she then shared with the city of Buckeye. She started the Buckeye Leadership Program there, and then she moved on to Wickenburg and started the Wickenburg Leadership Institute, all because of Project Central and her experience that she got to partake. And she did want me to share with you that she didn't have an exact figure, but between 30 and 40 of her graduates of Wickenburg Leadership Institute are now alumni of Project Central. So it is working.
So to help with our effort, we conducted a small survey on our class 33 and a couple of local leaders from rural communities who have been involved in leadership. And we asked some key questions that you see here on the slide, and they were overwhelmingly positive. And this kind of feedback not only validates our direction, but it shows that our alumni is willing to step up, and rural leaders are ready to bring this to life.
So after reviewing the data that our team gathered, came up with 3 key objectives. One is to educate and recruit for future Project Central members. 2 is to educate the communities on cooperative extension. And 3, to develop future possible engagements for alumni.
So next, we're going to explain how this project ties into Central's strategic plan. To do this, we went right to the playbook, or the roadmap in this case, as you can see them on both sides of the stage and on the screen. We examined the 3-year strategic plan, and our project aims to address and accomplish the goals set forth by the board back in 2022. First off, we revisited Project Central's values, and in addition to professionalism and impact, we felt a strong connection to community. Our project directly creates opportunities for alumni, and it serves rural communities by communicating their value. Programmatically, Central is aiming to expand their pool of candidates, map their assets, and create opportunities for alumni. And our project accomplishes all 3 of these to a T. We'll market Central widely across the state. We'll provide a platform for alumni to share their areas of expertise and also create trainings. And finally, we'll explore and expand partnerships with well-established organizations across the state. The final part of the strategic plan involved an alumni survey. Over 100 Central alumni from 13 counties were surveyed back in 2022, and participants indicated 3 main areas of importance. I want to stress that our project addresses all 3 of these. Again, they said there was a need for additional leadership development training, both for alumni and members of rural communities who aren't able or ready to make the commitment to Central, hence the community-based leadership programs. They said they want to build connections between Central leadership and rural leaders, especially those in small communities. And finally, they said they want to see improving diversity and supporting emerging leaders early in their growth. And we have a personal story to tie into that.
Yeah, so a few years ago I did HLI, Hispanic Leadership Institute. That was my first experience with leadership. And that led me to Chandler Leadership, which is my local leadership program. I live in Chandler. I was attracted to Hispanic by ethnicity. I was attracted to my local by geography. And then I was attracted to rural leadership because of my job. So that tells the story that, you know, once you are touched by leadership programs, you are attracted to keep looking for more. So, you know, that proves that this project could serve and benefit more emerging leaders.
So cooperative extension. Project Central has a huge connection with cooperative extension. So let's talk about it. What is cooperative extension? Well, it's known as the best kept secret of Arizona. We want to share that secret. Cooperative extension isn't just in Arizona, it's across the United States and all of its territories. Here are a few of the programs that they offer: animal, livestock, commercial home and horticulture, water, environmental, natural resources, 4-H youth development, family, consumer, and health, and commercial agriculture. Cooperative Extension is a home to and partners with the state-of-the-art facilities and innovative research centers. Not only do they offer these programs, they offer these centers, and one of the greatest centers they offer is Arizona Center for Rural Leadership, Project Central.
Let's move on to the action plan. So we propose to form a committee with alumni. So we are the first committee. We propose to be the first committee. And that would be, the committee would consist of 3 to 4 members serving 2 years. So it would be a 2-year term service, and with a responsibility to reach out to the membership, to the leadership organizations across the state that we want to connect with, to recruit the alumni to serve on the Speakers Bureau, and to do the outreach for presentations annually, and to prepare the materials and do those connections, basically to handle the coordination of the Speakers Bureau throughout those 2 years. And the presentations, the materials that we would prepare for the speakers would include, obviously, the corporate extensions overview, Project Central. We would talk about the seminars, broad overview of the seminars that we go through, and the benefits for those emerging leaders, and the relationship building that we all create here, and the networking, which is for me, the most beneficial and amazing, and Q&A. And we have already secured 4 leadership programs across the state: Casa Grande Valley, Verde Valley, Wickenburg, and Gila Valley. They have all agreed to let us come to their program. We don't have dates yet secured, but we would come out and present on Project Central if this is a go. Now let's move on to budget. This is material and travel items that we're considering that we would be needing for running the program. Paper, copies, and gas, hotel per diem. This is for year 1 and year 2. You have a handout in front of you that you can grab. I think I put it on your tables. There is a more detailed information on the breakdown. But we're thinking of 4 presentations in year 1 and 8 presentations on year 2. And we're hoping to be able to recruit people nearby the geographies where we would be presenting to reduce our cost as possible.
So sustainability and growth are really at the heart of what we want the Speakers Bureau to become. We want to strategically use our alumni throughout the state to present near the communities where they live and work. But we also anticipate this program to organically grow as we gather alumni in, and they go out when they're speaking, and they also are talking about their expertise in their area.
So in summary, our project proposes to pilot the establishment of an alumni-focused Project Central Speakers Bureau. We will promote central and community-based leadership programs across the state. We plan to introduce cooperative extension and its relationship to Project Central, and ultimately foster additional alumni engagement. And finally, our efforts align with Arizona Center for Rural Leadership strategic roadmap. Thank you.